Now, prepare to hear the race's next challenge. Let's find out where our fierce competitors are bound. To recap, the 20 candidates with the current highest approval on the King's Rock will be the only ones to proceed. All others will be disqualified. I'd say the results of the exhibition are sure to have spread by now. Let's have a look at the standings, shall we?
All right.
In first place, the undisputed winner, bane of sea monsters and savior of the people, our very own Sanctifex Forden! And the traitor Luis in second, despite not actually being in the race. But in third, we have the warrior monk captain, Master Guido! Furthermore...
In the end, everyone but Luis is just representing the Sanctus Church.
What's your point? I dare say that's a relief. We'll finally be done with all this chaos. A return to normalcy.
Ha! Normalcy. Funny how it's only the rich who miss how things used to be. But now Count Luis has the people behind him. He'll save the common man.
Yes, we're all keeping our ears out for a response from Luis's faction. But we do have one standout who's seen a stunning jump in popularity since the exhibition. The lad responsible for exposing the sins of the Sanctoress Joanna. Valiant human slayer. Yes, it's the young elder.
Right! Wasn't expecting that one. Nameless to famous in a single night. Just like that, he's in the top 20.
Oi, crier man. Where's the windbag? The one what acted all high and mighty over a tiny human head.
Who? Oh, right, that Gladell or something. No sign of him, probably saw the writing on the wall and dropped out.
So it really was all talk then? A disgrace to the Russon, hiding his inadequacy behind Luis's authority.
But the boy candidate isn't the only one in the spotlight. We've a rising star by the name of Katharina.
Katharina.
Some big ideas, that girl. I hear she plans to put a price on every wealthy head if she takes the throne.
And what's wrong with that? If they're sitting on most of the kingdom's money, they can afford to hire a little extra security every day. Let them sweat it out.
Now, here's a surprise. We've got a Mastari candidate still in the running. And my sources say they hail from, well, Virga Island.
A pagan island, eh? But they're filthy barbarians. Besides, nobody could compare to Lord Milo.
The final roundup's actually looking pretty diverse. We're just about ready to announce the next leg of the race. And that's the bell! Thank you for waiting, ladies and gents. It's time to begin the second round of the tournament for the throne! First of all, congratulations to the 20 who have won their places on the King's Rock. You are now officially the winners of the first round. Let's give them a hand!
No sign of Luis. Even if he does plan to take over, suppose he's still not eager to play by their rules.
I haven't seen Junah this morning either.
I heard some nobles say she had a job suddenly come up. Better that the audience doesn't see her with us, anyway.
Now, at long last, we are ready to announce their next challenge. This time, the task for the candidates is... recovering and offering a divine relic!
What? A relic?
Don't worry, we're happy to explain everything. You'll not want to forget this, so we've arranged for you to hear it from an unforgettable voice. To tell us more, please welcome to the stage our guide, our songstress, the lovely Lady Junah!
A sudden obligation revealed, I suppose.
Chosen heroes! Your next destination is Altaberry Heights, the capital of the Principality of Montario. You are to gather there by the deadline, with a divine relic in hand to offer the Sanctus Church. Tragically, there are still heathens in this land who choose to reject Sanctism. They care nothing for salvation. They cling to strange idols, calling them divine relics, believing them gifts from their eldritch gods. But their rituals are unstable, and their relics just primitive magic tools. It is time we put an end to this misguided witchery. Take these relics from the pagan's grasp and bring them to the birthplace of Sanctism, Altaberry Heights, in Montario. Please deliver them to their rightful place, in God's hands. May all our aspiring heroes be blessed with good fortune and the favor of God. I pray for your success.
Got a real presence before a crowd, doesn't she? Positively plucks at your heart.
Focus, Iceland, focus.
Oh yeah, she's a fangirl, right? Yeah.
By the deadline of the second round, Altaberry will begin the festivities for the autumnal Montario Saints' Day. This two-day event kicks off on Saints' Day Eve, with the main celebrations on the day proper. And this year's event will be historic. His Eminence, Sanctifex Forden, will be personally sealing the collection of the pagan relics. To celebrate, the songstress Junah will be dedicating a ceremonial song. You won't want to miss this, folks. Now, ladies and gentlemen, on my mark, let the second round of the Tournament for the Throne begin!
They're unabashedly ordering them to steal relics from pagan land now. That's plunder. They would steal our very culture.
That candidate's a Mustari. Small wonder he's so aghast. Forden's stooping to a new low.
What new low? What do you mean?
What do you mean?
By and large, the Mustari are a pagan people. Their relics are cultural touchstones, vital to their hearts and faiths. And Forden's just ordered us to loot them as we please.
But in our case, we won't even know what we're doing until Luis gives the order.
Either way, we're bound for Altaberry. It's further east. We've a long trip ahead of us.
Oh, my shoulder hurts. I don't care if it's the Crown Theocracy. You'd think they'd ask me a little sooner than the morning of.
Yeah.
Still managed to put on a hell of a show for him. Lady Junah, Count Luis has sent for you. And you lot too, I suppose.
Looks like our first job's come in. These men have me running all over. We're back, Lord Luis.
Funny, isn't it? Since the Gladell incident, you've been inseparable from this gang.
Been like a night, right?
Well, one has to keep one's chauffeur in line, don't you think?
Hey, heard you got a gig at the Sanctus Festival. Good on ya!
Thanks. Though I don't know if it's worth celebrating. Seems to me it's to keep Lord Luis in check. Putting me on stage the whole time might keep you from crashing their Saints' Day party.
And if we try anything, they'll use it as an excuse to blacklist you. Just the kind of shite you'd expect from those Sanctist stooges.
You need fear nothing. It is Forden who now stews in his dread. That he seeks the divine relics is common knowledge. But who would simply give up an idol on par with a god's reverence? He has all but commanded that we take it by force. The king's magic ruined his schemes. You humiliated him in the public eye. And in one desperate final grasp for authority, the fool has placed his fate in my hands. Forden's game will soon end. Let us at least give him the finale he deserves.
What are you planning to do? What do you mean, finale?
What are you planning to do?
What? Do you need to hear it repeated? I will give Forden his death.
Yeah, we got that much.
And what of the king's magic?
You'll see soon enough. For now, you need only follow my orders. Your task is to obtain a certain divine relic on my behalf. The artifact in question is a lance known as Dracodius.
Dracodios. The Draco implies something to do with dragons, I presume?
Suffice to say, the lore behind this particular relic intrigues me. You will acquire it in time for Saint's Day, and bring it to me.
Pretty high stakes, my lord. You sure you want this crop of novices on the job?
Rest assured, my other agents have their own relics I've assigned them to pursue. I've no urgent need for this lance, nor for them, should they fail.
I'll go along and keep an eye on them, shall I? You can bet that if they try and run off with the relic, I'll put a stop to it.
You certainly are attached to them, aren't you?
Well, it's their first formal assignment in your service, after all. I can be your eyes and ears.
So be it then. You may act accordingly.
So, my lord, where can we find this fancy lance?
Find your clues elsewhere. You have nothing further from me. Prove you think as well as you fight. May we both find success in the pursuit of our shared vision.
Oh, we're back at the end. So far, the only thing we know for sure is that it's called the Dracodius.
All right.
Guess we've got no choice but to go somewhere else and try to gather more information. Let's go. Okay, that's gonna be it for today. Alright, so we are back. Looks like we need to gather some information on this Dracodius thing. So we're gonna try the informant first.
I'm just incredulous.
There's supposed to be a point where we can fish. Where's the informant?
Incredulous.
Hey.
Excuse me. Oh, it's you two. Why address me while I'm enjoying a meal? A customer of this tavern, I've no obligation to respond to any unfamiliar fairies. You want to know something? It's common sense to ask an employee first. Do you disagree? No, I don't. Well then, let's talk to the lady who owns the place, shall we? Glad you understand. Good day to you.
I'm just incredulous.
Huh?
Can I help you? Something tells me you're not here to eat. I have a question. Divine Lance. I'm not sure if I'm the best person to ask about that sort of thing. No, wait. Someone outside was rambling on about that just a bit ago. The large mask on must have been Mustari. He seemed awfully bothered by it. He was bothered about the lance? Sounds like he may know something. Any idea where he went? I believe he mentioned something about taking a boat to the island. He must be headed towards the coast by the Merchant's Bazaar, wouldn't you say?
Okay, so...
If we hurry, we might be able to catch him. Let's head for the Merchant's Bazaar.
All right, then.
Okay?
Let's go.
Do you have any new items? Nope.
Young man.
What have you
Greetings.
today?
Well then.
Knight's bracelet. I think we already have that.
All right, then.
Wonderful.
Young man! Young man!
Let's check the statue now that we've ranked up. Wait, what are you doing here? We came to see the King's Rock. We were just curious about the rock. Can we take a look and then be on our way? I see. Well, do as you wish.
Isn't that...
It seems like the bigger the candidate's face is on the rock, the more qualified they are to be king. Hey, is that tiny little face yours? Not that anyone who doesn't know you personally would know that it's you at that size. People didn't know the King's magic protected you. I bet they'd find it hard to believe your face was in the top 20 now. First is Ford, and as always, Luis is next, and after him is still Godot. I guess the support for the top 3 outweighs pretty much everyone else. Hard to tell considering how small the others are, but I can kind of make out Rella. Tells you how popular she is, considering she's not even a candidate. Hey, free mag.
Yep.
Guess we know where we stand. Shall we get back to it?
What am I to do? How did I wind up?
Okay.
Well, then, eh?
Hey, that Mustari over there.
I can't believe this. He would have them all take what they please. This same atrocity all over again. Damn him. And damn his crown theocracy.
He's in quite a state. Though I can hardly blame him, with everyone ordered to ransack his homeland. For now, how to approach him?
I want to ask you something. They've really crossed a line. Why don't we team up? They've really crossed a line.
They've really crossed a line.
Wait. You're not with the Sanctus Church. One of the few who aren't, it seems.
I don't know much about divine relics, but I know all too well what it's like to see your homeland threatened.
The divine relics are symbols of our faith. More than that, they are the soul of our culture, our history.
Followers of the old native beliefs worship idols that are known to conduct magic, which they call divine relics. But unlike the igniters of modern times, they are primitive in make and function, and often dangerous. So said my studies, at least.
Oh, far from it. Divine relics aren't primitive in the least. That's just Sanctus propaganda. Really, it's the opposite. Most of these relics are powerful beyond belief, and igniters are just our crude imitations of them.
That makes...
If you'd ever seen one yourself, you'd know the difference. They don't call them divine for nothing. With powers like that, they might as well have come from the gods.
You're that songstress. Didn't expect to hear all this from you, after what you said for the crowd.
Well, a job's a job. But as I'm sure you're aware, pagans aren't the only ones oppressed by the church.
You really are well informed. And it sounds like you know something of oppression. Did you perhaps come from the Mage Academy?
Details, darling. I've seen abuse of powers before, and I'd rather not see it again.
The other candidates seem bent on taking relics by any means necessary. But you all seem different.
To be fair, we are looking for one. The only relic we know by name right now is Dracodios.
The Lance of the Dragon God. So that's why you came up to me. I suppose anyone would want our homeland's greatest treasure. The Lance is no secret we're trying to hide. Truly, I hope mainlanders come by the scores to see it. Our village is on an island in the World Tree's embrace, where the Dragon God sleeps. On a clear day, you can see it from this land.
An island across the ocean. You mean Virga Island, then? It is a large island in the inland sea. Most of its inhabitants are Mustari, and it remains the only place in the land where Sanctism has not taken root.
I'm not out to abolish Sanctism myself. I just don't want everything we believe in to be destroyed.
So that's why you're in this race.
I thought I could change the world. And then I saw the truth. What a fool I was. I've not introduced myself yet, have I? My name is Edeni. Take my advice. Forget about Dracodios. We can't hand it over, and you'll never reach it anyway.
You mean we'd never take it by force?
We don't intend to take it by force.
Even if you did, you'll not find any ships that sail there. And that's only the first obstacle in your way. Take my word. It's no place for an outsider. It's time I stopped chasing a fool's dream. I need to face reality. And if you're smart, you'll do the same.
Well, sounds like Draco Dios is on Virga Island somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Well, we have a destination.
Really no ship passage there. This is the biggest port in the kingdom.
'Tis true. His words reminded me. Thanks to both sea currents and cultural tensions, the only merchant ships passing Virga Island embark from Montario.
But Montario's on the other side of the bloody sea. You can't seriously be suggesting we go there first and then loop back to Virga. We'd never make the deadline.
Then let's ballywell conquer this inland sea ourselves. Don't worry, chums. I'm on the job.
You worried about Lady Junah? Actually asking this time, not just prodding.
Shut up.
Del, you still don't trust them, do you?
How can I? We've only known them for a matter of days. Look, the whole Gladell mess, you really think they're innocent?
Then let's go with them, yeah? Me and you. You do whatever makes sense to you, Del. You know I'll follow wherever you go.
Oh, these guys are gonna tag along.
You never could keep your mouth shut, eh?
What the?
Wait a second. You're not saying this thing can sail now?
Quite right. While you lot were hobnobbing at old Luis's soiree, I had his run all to myself. And believe you me, I got quite an eyeful. Came away full of ideas. After all, this old girl wasn't designed as a land runner alone. All about modular design, don't you know? Flexible jointage. So I did a bit of tinkering.
But why? We'd not even spoken of the island until moments ago.
Island Schmyland, milady. Look at the map. What's our shortest route to Montario, eh? A straight shot through the inland sea.
Huh. The man has a point. That never dawned on me.
Besides, I've kept my ears open, what? Here there be monsters and all that rot? You'll need more than a ship for these waters. You'll need a proper sea runner.
Oh, right! Neuras, you weren't at the exhibition, so you wouldn't know. Forden already killed the big sea monster out there. It had a huge head.
Really? Don't tell me you're making the trip in that.
Why are you two here?
Bodyguard duty, Lady Junah. We're along for the ride, especially since you're bound for some remote wild island.
These poor newcomers are working so hard and you still can't trust them. Or is it me you don't trust?
We're here on Master Luis's orders. I'm sure I don't have to outline the pecking order there. Or do you have a problem with us being around?
Rather, we're running short on beds.
Oh, don't worry. Del doesn't take up as much space as me.
Oh, belt up. Besides, you really expect this rust bucket to survive a night at sea?
If you don't like it, leave. Nobody's forcing you to come.
Looks like we're crewmates then. Not unlike a sea voyage for a bit of fun, yeah?
This is a fine mess. Wasn't expecting them along. What do you think their angle is?
The guard Junah, they still suspect us. They're big on sailing.
They probably still suspect us.
I agree. We definitely crossed a line with the whole Gladell incident.
Suppose that's that, eh? I'll do a last check on her amphibials, make sure she's shipshape. Give me a shout when you're ready.
think there's anything else we need to do, huh?
Well met, eh?
I mean, we can always come back here, right?
All right then.
Take a quick look at the map. Make sure there's nothing we're missing. We're not. Yeah, we're not gonna be able to do much else here. I don't think, anyways. Might as well just continue on.
Ready to depart?
Oh, time to weigh anchor already. You're not forgetting anything, are you? Hold on.
Now then.
Others are already boarded and waiting. It'll be a long trip ahead of us. Make sure you're prepared now. Give me a shout when you're ready. Still think we should save.
What now?
Just in case. Okay, now.
Ready to depart?
Time to weigh anchor already. I'm good. Let's get a hold of a chart with the route. We're all set for our trip to Virga Island. Now then, let's set sail for new lands.
Virga Island is this spot right here. Wonder how many days away it is.
Virga Island, the main island of the Malnova archipelago, almost wholly Mustari inhabited. The isle has only minimal contact with the mainland. Go. Day 1. Okay, it only tells us what day 1.
Oh.
Seems like an odd route to get to Virga Island. We can't just go straight. The region's currents are a right pain, Miguel. We must go around and cross them unless they carry us off course. By my reckoning, it'll take us 4 days and 3 nights, give or take. 3 nights at sea, but I hope Stroll can handle it. With Junah and her 2 thorns in our side, tensions may be high. Well, nothing to do but move forward. Jolly good. Rest assured, I'll get us through these waves to Virga Island gently as can be.
Tis actually moving. A fine effort.
Was it ever in doubt? You're the master at the helm, my dear.
Virga Island, eh? Well, I can say it's wholly foreign to me.
Tis a land within an archipelago where many Mustari live. I've heard their faith involves a special maiden of some kind.
How have they managed to avoid the church's influence? I doubt they've the manpower or arms to fend off the crown theocracy.
There's something there that could overturn history, as the Sanctists tell it. Something so damning they couldn't even afford their soldiers seeing it. So the rumors say, at least. Might just be a conspiracy theory.
As for this dragon god's lance, we shall need to negotiate.
If negotiations are even on the table.
Ugh, why all the fuss? Just kill them and take it.
Nothing else works, yeah? Keep it simple.
It's always kill, kill, kill with you two.
Hey, Lord Luis's orders. Don't need to tell you, do I?
Yet you'd impugn Count Luis's reputation with wanton massacre. Simple, was it?
Ugh, give it a rest. Are we there yet?
Hard to talk strategy with those two hanging around.
Ladies and gentlemen, feast your ears on this! The elder boy candidate seems to have crossed the channel to the island on a gauntlet runner too!
Is he all right? They say the waters are clear amongst us now, but...
If he made it, that means my husband can go out fishing again, doesn't it?
I have to say, I expected at least one daredevil to try plowing straight through the inner sea, but I never thought it'd be that boy.
That's the same lad who exposed that lady from Martira, isn't it? He's not bad.
But Virga Island's infamous people, treacherous. Even the crown theocracy struggled with them for years. So how will this shake out? The festivities have just begun.
the Gauntlet Runner takes to the water in its new form, setting out to the wide open sea. Their destination, Virga Island, an enigmatic foreign land that not even the long arm of Sanctism can reach. Not all present now would count themselves as allies. Will this prove difficult, or something else entirely?
Neuras speaking.
Man, Nurse's voice is echoing out of the runner phone. Heismay's got his fishing gear laid out on the deck. If you're keen on learning, ask him. Can't promise I'll stop you if you slip overboard, though, so be careful. Fishing. Well, at sea, Heismay sometimes leaves fishing gear on deck, which you can use to fish. Any fish you catch can be used as ingredients when cooked. 3 days until we arrive at Virga Island, I think. Having Junah and those brothers around has certainly made the Gauntlet Runner livelier. Okay, let's do our dailies first.
All right.
Go to the bathroom while no one's using it. Fishing take time.
Got it.
Or free XP. Feel refreshed. Pristine clear water and more coney meat. Anything we can cook. First love ballad. What else? Cook this.
Okay, so... Got a second?
Now, the most important thing we have to consider is who will be partaking of our meal. What are they like? What are their taste? All of this matters. First, you need to visualize the meal, then you pick the ingredients that look like they'll get you there. Intuition is key. I picked out ingredients with Junah. Wow, this tastes as good as it smells. Won't that be just amazing? Yes, that's definitely going in there. Don't underestimate texture. These little blobs are cute, and these look how they shine. Now that our ingredients are carefully selected, we move to the main phase, preparation. You can cook anything as long as you believe. Come on, I'm right behind you. Food can tell you if you're worried, you know. Put your positive intentions into it, and it's bound to show up in the end. It's smelling great already. Wow, what a combination of bold and delicate flavors. Call it Curse Love Ballad. Considering the feeling we put into it, it's bound to move the heart of whoever eats it. Nice. Thanks to speed cooking, I cooked without time passing. Ooh, Curse Love Ballad. Okay, so it doesn't look like we'll be able to cook anything new.
Let's not.
That's not a good time for that. Okay, so we gotta go up to the deck. Should we be boosting our stuff, or should we try out fishing? I guess it's kind of hinting that we should try fishing, huh? I assume it's gonna pass time. If that's the case, then we should save. Fishing rod. Isn't this Heismay's fishing gear? I wonder if he's going to do some fishing. If we can catch some fish, we can use them to cook. Want to fish for bait. Fish for a bit. That's fish. Okay, I'll go get Heismay.
The truth is...
Indeed, I thought I'd do some fishing, but I don't have any good bait. Do you have anything that might work? Worm bait, grasshopper bait, tail bait. What do you mean bait? I'm not interested after all. Does it matter? Try this one. Oh my, tailbait. Those fish won't know what hit them. Let's cast. Maybe it's all this staring at the water's surface, but I'm starting to feel a bit queasy. Take a break, sway with the waves, think like a fish. Suppose I'll give it a try.
The fight is on.
A bite and a strong one, but I'm stronger.
A fearsome
Oh,
one.
look at that. Well, I never. We've outdone ourselves, lad. Lord of the Lake, Queen's Honey Jar. Okay. Contain 1 Lord of the Lake and 2 Queen's Honey Jar.
Here we go.
Tension and strategy lurk beneath the surface of calm. That's what makes fishing such a beloved pastime. The results hardly matter. In fact, don't bother asking how many I've caught. Well, as much as I hate to say it, I think that's about time we call it a day. Heismay and I gathered our gear and went back inside.
As the sun dips below the horizon and the stars begin to reflect off the water's surface, the gauntlet runner reaches the shore. Lurking below the surface, in the black and fathomless deep, are the eager eyes of predatory hunters. But the party, safe inside their gauntlet runner, relaxes from the burdens of their voyage, gazing out over calm waters.
Shoal Camp. Will arrive 3 days from now. Being watched, so be careful with what you say. Okay, quick save. See what they have to say. Admit I was half thinking this dinky little gauntlet runner was going to sink any second, but it did a decent job running it. Out of all the candidates runners, this one's pretty fast for what it is. Yeah, not that I'd have set 1 foot on it without Lady Junah being here.
Got it.
I think I'm going to take my eyes off you just because it's past sundown. Think again. You want to try something? Go ahead. See what happens. Count Luis won't be asking me to justify myself. We clear?
Quite.
I don't anticipate any monster attacks like we'd see on land, but you never know. I'd best keep the emergency lights on just in case. Let's be honest, no run-of-the-mill monster could possibly capsize my sea runner. Yeah, ha ha ha. Okay. So... is that imagination that Junah has? Menstrual. All 3 of them have imagination. Ocean really is gorgeous, isn't it? Oh, did you want to ask me something? Supporters? Doesn't seem like anybody has anything important to say. That'd be useful in any way, shape, or form? I guess we should talk to her at very least, huh?
Oh my.
If it isn't burn my bread, I'm so bored I'm just not in the mood to sing. It sure would be nice to have someone to talk to. Recalling the past and planning for the future with Junah, maybe I can hone my imagination. Should I spend time talking with Junah? Let's talk with Junah. Might as well. So, reading's probably better. So now we have to find Mustari Tribe's divine relic. Isn't that fabulous? Calling this an absurd demand would be an understatement. I must admit, if we can't handle this, then Luis will never acknowledge us. We absolutely must succeed. Let's do this. We can do it with you. Can't shake my doubts. Okay, let's do this.
All right.
Get out there and do some relic hunting. Hey, aren't you happy, warrior? So enthusiastic in the face of long odds. I'm glad we're on the same page there. Just happy to have this opportunity to fight alongside you. Living under Luis's foot was a lonely place to be, you know. Held my ground thus far, though if I'm honest, I was scared the whole time. I had to talk myself into keeping a stiff upper lip, so to say.
But...
being past that, I feel more hope than I ever have. I'm not alone anymore, and I have faith that we'll save the prince. Felt my imagination increase as Junah and I talked about things to come.
All right.
Wow. Did we just, like, get more because we're further in the story? Is that what it is? The book would only give us 4. Staying up late is terrible for your skin, but seeing as we're already at it, why don't we chat a bit longer? I don't know, maybe books will give us more now. Junah and I talked for a while.
Time marches on.
Time
and the
marches
age
on.
of a new king draws nearer.
Oh, goodness.
This mugginess is my worst enemy. I don't mind the ocean, but being at sea makes my hair 10 times harder to manage.
Sure.
Know exactly what you mean. The salty air makes it so much worse. Hey, Hulkenberg, what do you do with your hair at sea?
Yes.
Find that the sweat built up by swinging a weapon quickly relieves one of concern over such trifling matters. Speaking of, would you care to spar, Junah? I don't think so. I'm quite the wrong person for that, in fact. Tell you what, if I find anyone to help comb out these knots, I'll see if I can find you a sparring partner. Two more days until we'll be able to search for that lance. See, the island is barbaric, but I wonder what it'll really be like.
What now?
A lot of saving, but I don't want to make any wrong decisions. Idle's Day. Will we get luck today? Use the toilet. Got it. I confronted myself in peace. I feel I've seen the truth of the world. Luck increased by 1.
Got it.
Time for a fresh start. Some pristine Clearwater and Morricone meat. I wonder who left them here. I could use these for cooking. Got a pretty good kitchen here. Not as nice as Luis's, but I'm sure I could still get a halfway decent meal going. To make something? Cook. Stores 100 MP and cures Hex. That does a lot. Secretest of secrets. Lord of the Lake. Fully restores MP for 1 ally. What do we need for this? White peach turnip. Monster bone. We still have a few we haven't made yet. Gel dust. Ballistic whitefish. Limp goldfish. White peach turnip. Okay, so we'll make this. Only make 1.
Okay, so
I think this is a dish Junah recommends. Okay, let me go call her.
Hey!
How confident are you in your cooking skills? If you're not, remember there's one way to cook something. There's no one way to cook something. Say a dish's true value comes from an individuality and its ingredients, of course. How boring it must be to copy recipes. Picked out ingredients with Junah. Ooh, what a selection we have today. Time to use my talents to their fullest and make only the finest choices. Our base, normally you go with this, but let's be daring and use this instead, shall we? Yes, I'm on a roll today. The ingredients picked and portioned, all that's left is preparation. That's where you come in, love. No need to fret, the stage is set. All you need to do is put on the show, make your dish the star performer. For the piece de resistance, the final ingredients of my choosing. Sorry, but this one's a chef's secret, even to you. Wow, our dish is so nuanced. I call it secretest of the secrets. It's our signature dish now, and not a soul in the world could replicate it. Thanks to speed cooking, I cooked without time passing. I mean, how are we on books?
What now?
I think we're near finishing one, in which case we would get bonus, right? There are more books now. Maybe Junah added a few to the collection. Books I could read are top secret poetry. Do not read. Future. I think we're almost finished with this one. Let's see. Julian's treatise on building a sustainable future with magic. I'm just about done reading. It's obnoxious, but he does know a thing or two, so maybe we'll learn something. It looks like a complicated book, so let's get comfy with the window before we dive in. If I read this book, I may gain more wisdom. Yeah, let's read it, and if we don't get the bonus, we'll just restart, do something.
What's that?
Excuse me. Okay. This is the book advocating for sustainable magical living. We're finally on the last chapter. It's called Conflict in the Magical Future. Health breeds inequality, and inequality leads to strife. To know this and continue our trajectory as a civilization is tantamount to planning for its ruin.
Let's see.
In this case, our best move for the future is to stop our march altogether, abandon pretenses and upgrade, become living fossils cultivated by magic igniters. So because we'll end up fighting, we just quit living? We go into some weird kind of eternal dream connected to igniters? Really? Yes, to stay alive. I'd prefer ruin. We have to live and fight on. Yeah, we have to live and fight on. I think we'll find our best future by continuing to live and fighting to find ways to avoid being ruined.
Right?
I agree, people will always fight, but we can still build a good future as long as we don't give up. Gallic and I were on the same page. I feel like I've gained some wisdom.
All right.
Okay, yeah, just 4. He does seem sincerely concerned for the future, but he's also kind of stupid about it. Wish he'd have a little faith in people, you know? With that, I've finished the book. I feel like my understanding of the world has deepened.
All right.
Okay, so we did finish it. Okay, that's 8, so that's probably the best we could do out of anything. We'll just stick with that.
Come look at this.
Ahoy, you lot aren't going to believe the view I'm seeing outside. I'm hitting the brakes.
The gauntlet runner halts at a sandy hollow that suddenly arises from the sea. The towering seawall. It is not an island or a reef, but a mass of sand expanding below sea level. There is no sign of a water flow. There are many places in Oceania where the laws of nature fail, but here it is especially evident. The surface drops as though it were gouged out. Still, best not to be distracted by the spectacular. Monsters roam the deep, and tales of people being dragged below are not uncommon.
Towering seawall.
Incredible!
Wow, the sea's been split in two and we're standing on the seafloor.
Well,
This is what magma anomalies are capable of. It's the same principle that maintains the water sphere in Brylehaven, but by Jove, this is on a whole other level entirely.
boy,
Del, are you sure about all this? This water ain't about to come down on us, is it? Can't swim? Want to go back to the runner?
Hey.
Maybe you better return to the runner.
Nope.
No, I'm fine. Really, someone's got to keep an eye on you lot after all. Look, there's fish swimming in the wall of water. I've never seen such shiny fish.
Huh?
Hulkenberg, what are you doing?
Enough.
You're not thinking of spearfishing through this seawall, are you? I was merely considering how I would secure today's allotment of rations. You'd eat those weird-looking fish without a second thought. I suspect that weird luminescence is a defense mechanism. They gather together in the depths and shine to ward off predators. So weaklings that they are, they travel together in a group. Who does that remind you of? You sling barbs at every opportunity. It's exhausting. Besides, it's only natural for those lower on the food chain to seek advantages that compensate for weaknesses. Hey, those shining scales would work as excellent eyes. Hulkenberg, my girl, be sure to catch some extra. I'll need a few specimens to dissect.
That is well.
As you wish. I shall catch enough that we should all dine well. But rather you didn't. The supplies we receive in town more than meet our needs. Besides, the sky looks ominous. A storm likely approaches.
I see.
I see. If that is the consensus, then let us head back. I feel not the least bit of regret, I assure you.
Let's go.
He's got a point. The seawall might even collapse in the rain, and I'd rather not stay to find out. Catching sight of the unexpected view has broadened my wisdom.
All right.
Be enough to top us off? No, not quite. Here you go, lad. A drawing of the seawall. I made sure that the glowing fish were depicted as true to life as my hand allows. Towering seawall drawing. Guess that's for Maria. Decided to keep it as a souvenir for our journey.
As the water sparkling in the setting sun begins to lose the light shimmer, the gauntlet runner reaches the calm surface of the reef. Yet the day draws to an end, and all are left to wonder how to spend the evening hours.
What terrible rain. It'll be a storm soon enough. Can this vessel withstand it?
It's doing better than me, at least. Suppose we do owe Forden, if only because he handled that sea monster. Closure, etc.
Did we hit a rock out there or something? Back in a mo, I'll go sneak a look outside.
Those fool brothers are still abed, even in this tempest. Bloody Parapus. Almost makes one envy them.
Right, I heard. You aren't too fond of the Parapus. They both had horrible upbringings, those two. But they really do have kind hearts behind the glares. They've risked their lives for mine countless times. One time, I asked what I could do to repay them, and they came over all red-faced. We'd like to hear you sing, Lady Junah. Your voice is awful pretty, Lady Junah.
Is this a joke to you? You think an outcast Uchief is in no position to speak ill of the Parapus?
He's getting sensitive.
What? No, I didn't mean.
Bloody hell, how does anyone sleep on this old bucket? You feel that shaking earlier? Huh? Could cut the air in here with a knife. What were you two on about?
How to get the lands. Just sharing life stories. Tomorrow's supper.
Everyone's life stories, I suppose.
Indeed. Talking about how I dislike the Parapus.
You and the rest of the world. Or do you think you're special?
We don't have to keep dancing around it, do we, Del? Why can't we be straight with them? Just come out with it, yeah? Tell him you still ain't sure that stuff with Glottel was on the level.
If even we're suspicious, there's no way Lord Luis hasn't worked it out already. Not that it matters to me, anyway. Still, I had to make sure. See for myself whether Lady Junah is on our side or not.
Come on, you two.
Uh-oh.
Ah! Something's out there! Look outside! It's a monster! A great briny beast! Everyone to the deck, quick!
What's happening?
What's happening?
Our prep.
To the deck once you're prepared. Oh, I guess we should check our
What now?
check our guys, huh? I don't know what's out there. He's like really low level. Maybe we should Oh, she doesn't have anything else unlocked, so I think we'll have to wait to unlock her because I'm not doing all that right now. We'll just stick with this, I guess, for now.
What now?
Where do we go out to the deck? Ooh.
What is that thing?
The actual sea monster? Uh-oh.
The hell are you doing? This is supposed to be you helping those in need, or tell!
Now! Hurry!
You alright?
Lie still! You realize this changes nothing. We're still...
The big one, huh?
Is that a human?
Oh, it is,
Don't
huh?
charge straight at it. We've got the arms. We'll clear him out of the way.
Got it. If we don't kill the thing, we're all sunk.
Don't get used to it.
Yeah! Come on over there!
Now's our chance.
We'll slice up some more of the bastard's legs, stick to the body, and take out what limbs you can.
Okay.
I don't know about you, but I'm not dying today. Let's get this over with.
If this keeps up, the runner's wrecked. We get
Good
those
job, party
giant
members
legs
during
off.
battle. Press left back to access the order view. Then the party switching members consumes 1 turn icon. Okay.
Merchant!
I can't afford to hold back. No holding back! Ah!
Right on target. I'll give you
Watch me.
control.
Why is she in? Not who I wanted.
Maybe not.
I mean, she needs the XP, but I'm not ready to
Backing up for
I
now.
won't fail you.
not ready to use her yet.
All right.
It's okay.
Smite him, Hulkenberg.
How about this?
I shall fight as the noble. Are you prepared? Ah!
You think yourself equal to a you'd face me? Nothing personal. You're going to your name, eh?
Nowhere on.
Ready.
Okay.
Come!
I'm attracted.
I will fight with pride.
That should make things a little easier on
Merchant!
us.
I've got my own tricks.
Well, we got one of the legs done. Ow.
Merchant!
Ah!
Right on target. Nice
Now
one, Stroll.
accept your fate. Rancor!
Is that matching? Let's go. How about this?
Oh no.
Now, merchant! Ah! Right on target!
Nice dodge. You've got some fancy footwork, Stroll. If we can take out some legs, that'll mean less attacks to
Some
deal with,
darker
right?
arts.
I've matched it.
Gonna keep throwing money at it.
Right.
Merchant!
Light him, Hulkenberg.
Ah!
Ah!
Right on target. Nice one, Stroll.
Assassin! How about this?
Is
Oh,
that
yeah.
let justice prevail?
Not now.
Allies, together.
We'll team up!
Behold my power!
Nope. I think that's the first time I failed it.
Hulkenberg, hold yourself together.
Oh, we lost our whole turns with that? Ouch. Good to know at least.
Come forth, royal soul!
No holding back!
Right on target. Nice one, Stroll.
Now accept your fate.
Rancor!
With blade in hand!
All right!
Coin can solve.
I've got my own tricks.
The merchant!
Oh, power of kings! Some darker arts.
For all that we strive for! I'm merchant! Ah!
Put his leg back. We bother focusing the leg, but we just focus him down.
Assassin!
See if we can get a crit on it.
Is everyone all right? Oh, power of heroes!
All right!
Let's take.
How about this?
I call upon royal power within!
Right on target. Nice one, Stroll. Legs are back. Watch out!
Both back, huh?
Assassin! Some darker arts.
I stand ready. Merchant!
All right!
Vitus
Right
power!
on, Hulkenberg.
Merchant!
Right on target. Nice one, Stroll.
Assassin! I have my methods.
Well, for all that we strive for!
That's useful.
Come forth, royal soul!
Nice hit.
Merchant!
Perfect.
Gonna spam gold attack.
Assassin! Rancor!
Observe. Come!
Crit him.
Merchant!
Nope. That's not good.
Only a flesh
Nice
wound.
dodge. You've got some fancy footwork, Stroll.
I see your game.
Now that's finesse. Beautiful dodge, Heismay.
Okay.
I'm counting on you.
Taking center stage. I've got. Behold this power. Burn!
Is everyone all right? Merchant!
I'll make sure at least get some XP. Yay.
Okay.
I feel stronger.
Nice.
Huh? I have no
Power can be so
Nice.
intoxicating.
We overcame it somehow.
I can't believe this. There are still monsters out here. Thor lied. He lied to everybody.
Either he lied, or he didn't know. Maybe the humans are spreading faster than anyone expected.
Oh, first time we've seen you lot really cut loose. That sure was magic, even with no igniters. Guess that's the kind of power that kills humans. And you can do it too, Lady Junah.
Well, I picked it up from him. You know I've a knack for improvising, love. But we'd never have gotten through this without you two helping us. Thank you.
Of course, my lady.
You too, Fidelio.
Don't mention it. Wouldn't have survived otherwise.
Wait, something's amiss. I still hear water flowing, but it's coming from inside the runner.
You're sinking.
We're dipping awfully low. Getting a bit soggy in here, chums.
Hold on, we're sinking.
Yeah.
You've got to be kidding.
Bail the water. You two, help us.
What? You can't just order us... Oh, this bloody rust bucket!
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
It was a long day yesterday, huh? I'm glad that we lived to see another morning. Very happy that we survived and are still afloat, but after bailing all that water out, it would seem that my poor back was casualty of the incident. Really came through in a pinch, I must say. It's all thanks to you that my dear girl is well and safe. We must repay those old bones of yours for their sterling service.
You're right.
Too true. Maybe a day off would get those brothers to lighten up a bit too. So how about it, darlings? Let's take a day to just relax and watch the ocean. We should arrive at the island tomorrow.
Come on.
Managed to defeat the monster, so why not thank everyone for their efforts? In times like this, people tend to open up. Okay, let's say your dailies and then whatever that all that opening up more is supposed to be. All right. Go to the bathroom.
Right. Well then.
Oh. We do meat in red grass. Cook something. Let's cook. Okay, and we're Lord of the Lake. I don't guess there's like we're not gonna be able to make anything new. Good pony roast. The one that gives us MP. This one gives us MP. We don't have any magical bread. This one's nice to have, but it's not like super great or anything. You can only make 3 of those. You can only make 3 of these. Use some more moths. MP, quite a lot. I don't know how much like this actually gives us in the end, so let's just do this one. I think having 2 of them will be helpful.
Okay, so
I think that's the dish Junah recommends. Okay, let me go call her.
got a second?
And the most important thing we have to consider is who will be partaking of our meal. What do they like? What are their taste? All of this matters. First, you need to visualize the meal, then you pick the ingredients that look like they'll get you there. Intuition is key. Already read this one. Picked out ingredients with Junah. Wow, if this tastes as good as it smells, it won't be just amazing. Yes, that's definitely going in there. Don't underestimate texture. These little blobs are cute, and these, look at how they shine. Now that our ingredients are carefully selected, we move to the main phase, preparation. You can cook anything as long as you believe. Come on, I'm right behind you. Food can tell if you're worried, you know? Put your positive intentions into it, and it's bound to show up in the end. It's smelling great already. Wow, what a combination of bold and delicate flavors. I call it Curse Love Ballad. Considering the feelings we put into it, it's bound to move the heart of whoever eats it. That's nice. Thanks to speed cooking, I cooked without time passing. Curse Love Ballad 1. Okay, so now we just spend some time with somebody. That or who?
All right then.
Do any of them offer anything? Would have been a pleasant trip if not for the monster. I had no idea such a calamity awaited us. Suppose you're too young for something like that mess to tire you out. Well, I have a mind to meditate and recover a bit. Care to join me? Heismay seems relaxed. This might be a chance to have a genuine conversation with him. Good answer. Have a seat right there. I give up. 'Twas a fool's errand to attempt to meditate with all this incessant racket. Surely you hear this pandemonium as well. It is the cries of all the creatures of the sea. You can only hear the sounds of the waves. Perhaps it's one of life's many annoyances that only afflicts the Ujif. Fish in the sea are in a panic. Last night's skirmish with that sea beast has put the depths into a state of chaos.
Well...
Of all that, however, the surface seems peaceful. A complete about-face from last night. Its appearance at least calms my soul. You can relax. I think it's boring. It is soothing. Just let yourself relax. Cannot lower my guard yet, especially with those brothers in our midst. I suppose even they must realize the futility of agitating a fight on a vessel this small.
Then...
So am I wrong to assume that this is your first voyage across the sea? I've never been quite this far from land myself. However, I previously visited the beach with my son. We fished together.
I believe...
The holiday occurred at this time of year. The shore was populated with many others who had the same idea as well. We settled ourselves in a secluded rocky area far from the crowds. I did not tell him it was because we were UG. But in hindsight, I so dearly wished I would have stood tall and simply enjoyed the moment with my son, with no concern for the judgment of others. My son pulled a fish from the sea. He said, I guess fish will bite anyone's hook. In other words, it surprised him that a fish would settle for a UG like him. Never stood up to the discrimination. In my cowardice, I ran from it, and in doing so, I unintentionally taught my son that there was shame in being UG. Sad. Couldn't be helped. That was wrong. Don't linger on it. Couldn't be helped. Couldn't have done anything about it at the time.
Right.
So I justified it to myself, at least in the moment. Yet now I think differently. I was wrong then.
My apologies.
Apologize. The regrets of an old man are a poor substitute for rousing conversation. It is no recompense, but allow me to give you this. Falcon anklet.
Take this.
Perhaps you've heard of an avian creature which soars across the sky in a manner similar to a shooting star. This is a sort of amulet crafted in honor of it. A great bird seeks its prey in the rivers and seas and dives from a great height to seize them. It is a hunter which makes no sound and leaves no traces in its wake. It is immodest to say as much, but I like to think I once possessed these same qualities. One day I'll regale you with some somewhat more stirring stories of my time in the Shadow Guard. Now that I'm reminded of it, I suppose I have served the royal family as well. Heismay and I discussed various topics until we reached the camp.
As the clear surface gives way to the glassy ink of darkness, the gauntlet runner reaches a remote island. The party gets a good night's rest, grateful for the still land that does not sway them at its whims.
Islet Camp.
What to pick?
So our arrivals tomorrow. Ooh, we're finally done spending our nights at sea. Looks like they all give imagination again.
What now?
Need a moth. Guess we'll just talk with Junah. Oh, if it isn't, burn my bread. So bored and I'm just not in the mood to sing. It sure would be nice to have someone to talk to. Calling the past and planning for the future with Junah, maybe I can hone my imagination. Should I spend time talking with Junah? This Gauntlet Runner is such a mystery, isn't it? And in particular, I'm so very intrigued by the igniter responsible for the teleportation magic. We happen to be in the middle of a covert operation, so we can't be too free with our words, but if we could, I think we'd cause quite the stir. The igniter that amazing? Let's sell it for a high price. Let's mass produce it.
I see.
the igniter really that amazing?
Huh?
Well, very much so. It's simply on another level, a much higher one of both technology and magic. I studied at the Mage Academy for a spell, and from what I would recall, teleportation with magic was deemed impossible. There's something like this in the same category as divine relics. Frankly, I'm thankful that nobody will believe in its existence, even if we use it to teleport to the city. The technology already exists, so perhaps it can be mass-produced. Maybe one day each household will have their own teleportation igniter. My imagination increased as Junah and I talked about things to come.
Now then.
Yeah, she gave a lot. Rank 4, Revolutionary.
Imagination.
Imagination 'tis one of the virtues a ruler must possess. True sovereignty is thy aspiration. Furnish thyself with the creativity to bring the ideal world of thy thoughts to fruition.
Why, that's...
Conqueror needs that precious kindling with which a follower's passions may be inflamed. Staying up late is terrible for your skin, but seeing as we're already at it, why don't we chat a bit longer?
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.